Hello and welcome into the Knicks-Verse. My name is George, and if this is your first time here, or you have been here before but have not subscribed yet, please do so because this is going to be a very exciting season. I can tell already. That's right. The young core of the Knicks are going to force Thibs to coach differently. I can just feel it. It's going to happen. We even saw Deuce make a little level, not a little. He leveled up. Now it's only preseason. 6 steals already. His hands were active. He was very disruptive. I loved what I saw from him, and I will go through it. We'll go through all of it, but please subscribe, hit the thumbs up button, and drop your comments. I want to hear your feelings. I know it's only game 1 of the preseason of the 2022-23 season, but I don't know. It feels promising. As you can see, promising start to the preseason. Unfortunately, Cam Reddish did get hurt, and I'll get into that. I'll give you an update on that. But the Knicks won 117-96. Let's go. Here we go. So, RJ Barrett turned out to be the leading scorer in the game. He actually got off to a slightly rocky start, but he really leveled out beautifully. But the main thing that we saw was Jalen Brunson and what he brings to this team is just something in terms of efficiency. He is going to make such a tremendous impact on the entire first unit. He's going to make all of their lives much easier, especially those moments that we've seen it in the past where they stagnate and they default to the Randle dribble, or they just dump it off to RJ and he's got to like panic and do something with it. Now with Brunson, with the ball in his hands, he makes something happen out of nothing. I mean, I think he shot 7 of 9 from the field. And he was so efficient in the beginning of the second half. The Knicks made all 9 of their first shots attempts. Tremendous. Let's get to some stats here. As you can see, even Julius Randle had a good game. Even Julius. But like I said, everyone is starting with a clean slate for me, as far as I'm concerned right now. 6 of 10, 2 of 4 from the three-point line, 6 rebounds, 4 assists in just 18 minutes. See how much of an impact, 15 points, how much of an impact you can have. You don't have to play that many minutes. Now, I know in the regular season, of course, it's going to go up, but still, I'm capping his minutes at 28. No need for Randle to play more than 28 minutes per game, unless it's absolutely necessary because of injuries or whatnot. But when you have a guy like Obi Toppin, even though Obi Toppin didn't miss all of his three-pointers and some of them didn't look good, and it seems to be he gets off to a slow start with his three-point shot. It takes him a while to get the rhythm back. Hopefully he'll get plenty of opportunities in the preseason, so when he hits the ground running in a regular season, that shot is starting to fall for him like it did towards the end of last season. But still 4 of 9, 6 rebounds, 3 assists himself. Obi Toppin at 3 assists. So between our 2 power forwards, we had 9 assists tonight. Fantastic in terms of that. The ball movement was there. Oh man, the ball movement. We got to keep seeing that. We got to keep seeing that throughout the whole season and even get better and better at that. We even saw a nice little 2-man game between Fournier and Mitch, once again, picking up where they left off from last season. Lots of promising things here. And Mitch, I'll get into Mitch in a little while. But let's talk about Jalen Brunson. Look at that. 5 assists in 20 minutes, 7 of 9, 2 of 4 from a three-point shot, and his three-point shots look good. 1 rebound, 16 points. I mean, that's fantastic efficiency. Oh, I love that. But look at RJ Barrett. 23 minutes, 8 of 14, 3 of 5 from a three-point line, and his three-point shot looks like, it almost looks like you're watching the same like a replay of the previous one. Perfect elbow position, perfect release. Not rushing it. I love this. 3 of 5. If he can return to being a 40% three-point shooter, forget about it, Eastern Conference. Forget about it. You're going to have a big headache with these New York Knicks if he can do that. 5 rebounds for him, 2 assists. I still think he can pick up the playmaking a little more for his teammates. We'll see that come, hopefully. We'll see it come. Mitch Robinson, even though he only got 6 points, of course, he hit all 3 of his field goals. Just a beast on the boards, a beast in the paint, just swatting people's shots left and right. He humiliated Jaden Ivey on one attempt down in the paint, and it turned into a fast break for the Knicks. Fabulous. Isaiah Hartenstein, delivered on his promise of being a stretch 5. Look at this, 3 of 5. He had 2 of 3 of his 3-pointers, 7 rebounds. Did only have 1 assist, but he was really getting out there. He's such a mobile big. I love that about him. But 27 minutes, I think he played the most. He did play the most minutes in the whole team. Interesting. He did pick up the 4 fouls, personal fouls. So you can see he is foul prone. So we're going to, there'll be definitely times when we see some Jericho Sims a little bit once in a while here. It's going to happen. Emmanuel Quickley, 5 of 11, 1 of 4 only from the 3-point line, but his 3-point shot, the one that he made, looked really nice and clean. 3 steals. I mean, he had 2 steals or 3? He had 3 steals. Actually, let me get to that. He had 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 13 points. Once again, the way he pushes the ball up the floor, increases the pace. That's the energy that we need, that vitality that he provides that second unit. It provides the whole team. Like, the whole team feels awake when he's on the court. What else did we see here? We'll get to Cam Reddish. Even though his stat lines don't look that good, the ankle tweak or sprain is what he suffered. Maybe that affected him, but he looked good at first, but he only played 11 minutes. In fact, let's get to the plus minus, the all stats here. You can see 3 blocks from Mitch. Brunson even got a block. Fournier got a block, and RJ got a block. I didn't even notice when Brunson got a block. Nice. Reddish got a block. I saw that one. Deuce got a sweet block. But look at the steals. 6 steals for Deuce McBride, 3 for Quickley. So our backcourt in the second unit accounted for 9 steals. And not that much time. Not that much floor time. What else is here of note? I will say Randle's 4 assists are definitely something to keep an eye on. If he can keep that going and still be efficient, oh man, that would be. I mean, it makes his life easier. Why carry that burden, that load? And even still, there was a stretch there in the game where he was bringing the ball up and he was running the offense for a couple of plays, and it was looking okay. I'd rather have him play off ball and get out on the breaks and stuff like that. But just to get on something really specific here, which is something in defense of Randle. And what I like is I saw an adjustment in the second half. So in the first half, I believe it was in the second quarter, maybe 2.5 minutes left in the second quarter. Randle got the ball on the right side of the free throw line, like on the elbow there, and he was going to drive. But what happened was Mitch was too close to the basket, kind of looking for a lob. He was crowding the paint and then bringing his guy in, and I believe there was a third guy, might even have been Reddish as well, a little too close to the paint, so then his defender was sagging, and then RJ's guy, RJ took a step back to the corner to pull his guy away, which was great. But then when Julius tried to make his move, Mitch Robinson was already suffocating the paint, and it was just too much congestion, and it forced Randle into this turnaround, the spin move, and a very difficult shot, which he missed. What I liked was what happened in the second half, in the beginning of that third quarter, which the Knicks were 9 of 9. What I liked was similar situation. Randle got the ball. This time was in the left elbow, and this time Mitch was 2 steps, 3 steps away from the paint on the right baseline, and he drew his defender out. His defender, I think, didn't even have a foot in the paint. Maybe have had a half a foot in the paint. And same for the other guys. They were almost 5 out, not quite 5 out. I would call it 4.5 out, because Mitch was still within striking distance of the paint, but not so suffocating. And the end result was Julius had room to move and to breathe, and he made a nice, he connected for a nice bucket right there. So that's the kind of stuff. They need to have an awareness of what works for each other. Don't get in each other's way, but at the same time, if you have an advantage, try to communicate with your teammate and say, hey, look at me. I got this guy, he's only 6'2" on me. I'm 7'1", give it to me. I know you got an easy shot too, but I have a much easier shot. That's winning basketball. Look at what the defense is giving you and exploit it. Thibs says it. Thibs does say the right things often. Just a matter of what's getting through and what's getting executed on the floor. We just need to see more of that. I loved that. Loved it. Now, let's talk a little. Oh, and it was nice to see D Rose out there. I think he. How many minutes did D Rose play total? 6 minutes. That's good. That's fine. That's fine. Got out there, hit a nice 3-pointer, some ball move. He got a great assist on Hartenstein. He drove the paint from the left side, and he saw his guy, defender sagging, collapsing on him, and he knew exactly the play. He could have sent it to the corner, but he saw Hartenstein was more open. That's the beauty of a Derrick Rose. And he wrapped around pass to Hartenstein, and he hit, I think that may have been his second 3-pointer at the time, but he hit those nice 2 3-pointers. Look at that. Look what everything I'm saying right now. Dramatically different than last season. We have a center out on the 3-point line who is a legitimate threat to bury that shot. D Rose penetrating the paint, making the right read. Mitch adjusting, not suffocating the paint area, trying to, get a lob or something when Randle has the ball. Just understanding what are the differences between every situation that you're in. Not every situation is exactly the same. You can't play it all the same way. These guys are beginning to see that and adjust to that. RJ Barrett. I'll come back to the Pistons scores here. Well, before we get to that, let's get to this Ian Begley tweet. Tom Thibodeau said he thinks Mitchell Robinson is the best offensive rebounder in the NBA. He says Robinson adding strength 2 off seasons ago helped him on that end. He's a freak athlete. The things he can do are special, and that is why we wanted him back. That is why we are thrilled to have Mitch Robinson here, and he's only going to get better. I do believe that. He even tried to move. It didn't work, but he took it, I believe, from I believe he was at the free throw line. He beat his guy. He just didn't quite connect. Oh, wait, he got fouled. I think that's what happened, because he was 3 of 3. He got fouled on that one. That's what happened there. Was it? I remember the move. I can't remember exactly. Oh, maybe it was a turnover. Maybe that's what it led to, a turnover. I can't remember exactly, but this is facts right here. He is if not the best offensive rebounder in the NBA, he is definitely one of the best. His nose for the ball when it comes off the hoop, or when a teammate of his shoots it, is just phenomenal. So here, Fred Katz tweeted this out. Strong line in the preseason opener for RJ Barrett. 21 points, 5 rebounds, 8 of 14 field goals. Love that efficiency. 3 of 5 3-point shots. I told you, the 3-point shot just looks lethal, guys. That's the thing I'm most excited about, because I knew he was going to improve on his drives, finishing on his drives, making better rim reads, making better decisions on the drive. That will happen. There was one time where he couldn't get around a guy and he got swatted, he got his shot blocked, and then he adjusted. Put a little more wiggle, put a little more hezzy. And sometimes he just powered his way through. But man, do I love seeing RJ and the second unit. That might be the most exciting unit of any Knicks out there. Love that. Want to see more of that. To continue this tweet here. But the big thing, I thought, was the few types of finishes he showed off around the hoop. Did a good job adjusting after contact. A big focus for him this summer. In fact, there was one particular play where he was taking it from the left side, from the left wing, brought it in, beat one guy, or he kind of struggled. I can't remember who was covering him. And then he split the defenders, and he did a scoop shot. He just scooped it in for a nice 2-point bucket, where in the past, he might have tried something else. He might have tried to dunk it or to kind of just fling it up there. And this time, his body was very controlled. Beautiful scoop shot for a 2-point bucket. Crafty, creative. Is some of that creativity, that craftiness that we see from Brunson rubbing off on RJ? Is it rubbing off on the whole team? Because I saw some of that. That's what good players do. They positively impact their teammates. Love that. Love that. I'm very excited about this game. Excited about how it went. It kind of went along the lines that we could have hoped for, except for one thing. Cam Reddish. Cam Reddish, of course, sprains his left ankle. Will not return. He didn't return. I saw it towards the end of the second quarter. There was a Piston taking a free throw, and Cam was out by the 3-point line, waiting while the guy took the free throw. And I saw him kind of touching his groin. I thought maybe he had strained his groin or something, but he was like favoring the left leg, kind of like gingerly stepping on it. So that's when it must have been, when he sprained his left ankle. He's trying to test it to see if he could do much on it. I have a feeling he tried to play through it, and that impacted his efficiency, but he looked good. I love seeing, and you see, it's good that RJ's in this photo. RJ and Reddish on the court together could be a very, very difficult matchup for other teams to defend. Those two wings, they're active, they're strong, they're long, they play defense, and they can both hit their three-point shots. Let's hope that this is just a minor tweak. Let's hope, because Cam, this is the time that he needs right now. He needs to play on Friday. He needs to play next week. He needs as much preseason burn as possible to show the rest of, I was going to say the rest of the NBA, but to show Thibodeau what he can do, that he deserves time on the floor. Let's hope that it is a quick recovery. Fingers crossed, man. Fingers crossed. 117-96. I couldn't be more pleased by the style of play that I saw. There were a few moments, very brief, where if I got a little whiff of the slow, plodding type of Knicks from last season and the season before, but it didn't last long. It was like maybe a play or two, and then immediately they got back to this newer, energetic, ball-moving, quicker pace type of style of play. And that's what I want to see continue from now on. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching this. Again, my name is George. I'm into the Knicks-Verse. Please subscribe and hit the thumbs up button and drop your comments. I want to hear your feelings about all this. And stay tuned. There'll be more pregame shows. And of course, I'll always put out the analytical videos whenever they feel relevant. I've been toying around with one about RJ and Cam Reddish, actually. So stay tuned for that. Going to really up the content output on the Knicks-Verse soon. And if you guys have any ideas for shows or topics, just DM me on Twitter. It's the best way to do it. All right, I appreciate that. And I will see you around the Knicks-Verse.